For a long time in the history of StarCraft 2, it was widely believed that Korean players are just vastly superior to others. It was in fact the reality, and from the moment the majority of Korean players started competing in international tournaments, there were no premier tournaments won by somebody not from South Korea in Heart of the Swarm. It has to do with many things, and mainly because South Korea was the first nation to broadcast StarCraft on TV, and it had perfect circumstances for creating the very best players. From team houses and strict discipline to big sponsors, fame, and many career opportunities. This is why the whole international community was waiting for the moment when there would be a champion from a different country. But was it even possible at all? There were attempts to do that, and we even had American and Swedish players in top rounds of GSL, but since 2011 and until NIP's victory, no one managed to come close to breaking the Korean national record. And that's true, but only if we don't count one interesting event. In 2014, there was a tournament called Taiwan Esports Open, organized by Taiwan Esports League in Taipei. It features top 8 best players from Taiwan, but they also invited the very best Korean players at those times, including Jaedong, Hyun, Bomber, and Taeja, all extremely well-known and highly accomplished players. In addition, there were open qualifications which were also won by 4 other Korean players. This tournament, just like the majority of others, was expected to be steamrolled by the Korean elite. There were no real candidates to resist, maybe except for San, the best Taiwanese Zerg player with great results in international tournaments, but they were mostly in 2010-2011 back in the past. But besides San, there was another Zerg player, Yan. While he never had significant results on the international scene up to that point, we'll follow his path closely, because it was really interesting. In his first match, Yan faced Departure, another Zerg player from South Korea with little history prior to this encounter. On the very first map, Taiwanese player showed an amazing Zerg rush strategy.
We have 8 lings on the way here for Ian.
Oh,
Let's see if he gets any more.
What is?
Okay,
is he actually doing a Spore Crawler rush?
This is happening. The Spore Crawler rush is real.
Well, he's going to go ahead and break through here in a matter of seconds.
He slips through. Oh, no, yeah. No,
oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God!
He slip through there.
The drones have to be pulled up, and look at this: a Spore actually hitting an Overlord, and he does kill it.
He's supply block now.
Oh my God, that is huge, but the Ling's going to start killing off some units, might help fix that supply block. 22 more slow Lings on the way. He's on hold position to help kill off these drones as well.
Oh my God, I think he just wins.
Oh my God.
The Spore Crawler's being microed up the ramp.
The slow Ling Spore Crawler all in, just destroying our Korean player Departure here.
I didn't even know if this was like a
thing.
A thing, I didn't...
Never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen this before.
Look at this, another Overlord going to be sniped.
We're both Protoss players, but yeah, I guess this is just going to work. Now he's microing the Spore Crawler to the other Overlord.
He's going to kill 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh my God, even if this attack fails, he's killed so many Overlords that it's worth it. GG!
What?
The crowd is going absolutely wild right now.
That just happened.
That's crazy.
I can't even cast this next game. I need to go try that strat out.
Departure managed to tie up the score, but Yan took the third map in a long macro ZVZ game. But next Yan had to face Jaedong, the living legend who would be almost impossible to overcome. And probably knowing this, Yan decided to set the pace of the series and went for a bailing bust as early as possible, catching Jaedong off guard.
Went by and saw, okay, he sees.
And alright, so this is going to come down very heavily to Micro. Now he left that hatchery up as he's supposed to at that natural. We'll see, you know, this is Codas level Micro from Jaedong, and generally speaking, this build just does not work against those types of people.
Okay, he's bringing the drones out, he's trying to get a block! The drones are retreating!
Good splits, good
really
splits!
Good splits!
He has to be careful, though. He has queens on the way. Oh, God, oh, God.
Well, this is like the hardest thing any human will have to do to get through.
Look at this, though. This is very good Micro from Jaedong.
What?
This is like,
oh my God, he could have
I think he may have wanted to do that, but...
I think he needs to grab those links hitting the hatch. I
Well,
feel like this game should be over, but then it's
yeah,
he may
end up winning this. Well, he's got a queen out, and he actually has 2 queens out, I do believe. He's down really low in drones, so he's down to 4 drones here. I think Ian's got this, man. Yeah. Look
People
at that.
People are going to go nuts here if he managed to beat Jaedong here on stage. Whoa, that's...
GG?
Next map, Yan also tried to pressure Jaedong, this time with a different build order, but it didn't really turn out well and the score got even. On the third map, it seemed like they both got into a comfortable mid-game ZVZ, where obviously Jaedong would be in much better spot due to his experience and skills. But at one point, Jaedong made a grave mistake when he tried to force a battle with Yan, ultimately leading to him being surrounded from two sides.
Just now maxing out, and as I say that, Jaedong just now maxes out. But let's look at the angle in which the roaches are coming at here. Oh my
Ian
God.
has to be careful about this.
Actually, Jaedong might need to go up to the high ground. He's going to get sandwiched here,
Oh
Artosis.
my God.
And this is really bad for Jaedong.
Look at this, the fungal growths are going to be coming out here, Tasteless. And oh my God, Ian with huge surface area on both sides, a giant flank, a bunch of fungal growths, and he is going to cut through Jaedong's army.
And from here, he can go right up into the fourth easily. And this, I think, is going to be the upset of the tournament as Ian is maxed out. And Jaedong at 160 supply loses his fourth.
Oh my God, better tech right now for Ian. This is amazing play. He's got to be careful though.
Yeah, he needs to back up.
This would be an overcommittal. He does not want to move in here. That's a lot of queens with a lot of energy.
Two Vegetarians coming up here. I think actually the angle here is better for Ian. And Jaedong is
well, he has more
into
roaches.
Ian's army right now. If you notice, Ian's just hovering right below the maxed out point and then dives in again with the roaches.
Oh
Jaedong,
my
I think,
God.
is going to lose. And Ian, as our Taiwanese player on his home turf, takes out the greatest Brood Wars Zerg of all time.
One of the best CVZers in StarCraft 2.
Absolutely.
Ian showing he has what it takes to fight with the best. Hyun has to be a bit worried at this point watching this.
Hydra's in the back right now, doing a lot more damage to these roaches. Jaedong barely hanging on. Ian with 50 more supply than his opponents, and more roaches in the mail.
Oh my God, they are coming down so quickly, Tastes. I think there's no way for Jaedong to hold on at this point. He's trying his best. He's microing so hard, but Ian continues to move forward, targeting down roaches left and right.
Oh my God, this is it. He's breached the second base. This is where the Roach Warren is. If he kills that, the game ends.
Yeah. Well,
That's
he's
it.
killing all the drones as well, Tastes. I think that game
also
has already ended. And down it goes GG!
GG! Ian has beaten Jaedong.
Wow, this kid is a stone cold killer,
Unbelievable. Also, again, in that one booth, everybody that's in that booth wins.
Look how play Jaedong is. He actually opens the door for the handshake.
Yeah.
And Ian.
This already was a great upset, and after defeating Jaedong, Yan would face Hyun, another formidable Zerg player from South Korea. But let's first get to the other side of the bracket, where we have Sen, who would face Bomber in the round of 8. The first map was just a pleasure to watch, since both of the players were wrestling in a really long and hard micro game, with Sen showing incredible resilience and strong plays through the course of the first map.
Here we go once again, Sen rolling forward. The Banelings trying to connect, having a really hard time with this spread of Bomber dealing so much damage. He's trying to get up to actual Broodlords here, has a lot of Corruptors out, and that's kind of wasted army supply, but Banelings finally starting to connect!
I think Bomber still has enough to keep going forward here. He's going to have to back the mutas up.
But Bomber's down to just 100 supply, Tasteless. But still, he's got very similar army supply as these 50 Lings pop out,
he
though.
Can actually just, oh my God, he needs to get those Broodlords up. He has to get those Broodlords up. But there's a really high chance Terran just runs up to this expansion. I mean, it's the next location. He wouldn't even need to know that their Broodlords were there.
That is true, but you know what? Some Lings are popping out. The Muta's coming over to fight as well.
I don't know, man. This could be one of these crazy games where Bomber actually wins. The Broodlords are almost done.
Oh, when these things pop, I think that's going to be it. I think that Bomber is not going to be able to break through this base. He's going to try to target down this hatchery, but he's definitely going to lose his army if he does so.
And the hatchery goes down, as does Bomber's army. And again, Bomber right now.
You know what? Everything we've been saying, we've been hyping Sen a lot, talking about how good he is, how the Koreans respect him, and this is why he's kept up macro for macro against Bomber all game long, and it looks like this is the final stand for Bomber. GG! Sen takes game number 1.
On the second map, Bomber went for a Proxy Reaper, but his cheese was shut down hard by Sen, and the whole game the latter had a decent advantage that allowed him to close it out with 2-0 score. Sen later on faced Hess in semifinals, whom he outplayed and went on to wait in the finals for his opponent, and that would be either Yan or Hyun from the upper part of the bracket. The first game was decided in the late mid-game, with a nice 200 supply fight from both sides. Unfortunately, the dreams of Taiwanese fans were then shattered, as Hyun recovered after the first loss and proceeded to outplay Yan in the following 3 maps with confidence. Yan fought bravely, but it was not enough. Even though he lost, he had already outperformed all the expectations that were put on him, so now it was Sen's time to claim the trophy, but the odds were obviously in Hyun's favor. In the 12 months he won DreamHack Valencia 2013 and WCS America 2014 Season 1, while Sen didn't really enjoy his success outside of his local Taiwanese scene. In addition, Hyun's ZVZ was probably his best matchup, and by the end of his career his win rate would become 65%, which is really a lot. Who would have known that their battle was meant to be so close? But let's not rush these events. The first map was swift. Hyun went for a quick bailing bust with nice execution, and Sen was just struggling to hold it.
We don't have lings out just yet. A few hatching right now, but a Bane link detonating on those links could change all of that.
Oh yeah, it certainly would. Okay, let's see this micro Sen. Oh,
that's
okay. No, okay, yeah, one of the Banelings killed basically all 4 links, so that's really brutal. Oh man, definitely some significant damage happening to Sen so far, but he's not dead yet. He still has more drones.
Oh my god, that Baneling didn't die. Okay,
wow.
Now there is a queen out here.
A big deal indeed. Oh, that's a good explosion right there. 3 of those drones going deep, red.
I think we're at the tipping point now.
I think you're right.
Hyun wins. Game number 1 here. Oh, maybe not. I see the queen out
here.
He is splitting the drones pretty well.
You know what?
I'm sorry, I didn't see that queen back there.
He's got 1 drone less than Hyun, so that's fine. He can have 1 drone less because he has a queen and he has 2 hatches, so he can easily reproduce if he kills off all these lings, but he can't be losing more drones!
So far, good drone control there from Sen.
Yeah, loses 1 more though. That's painful. Every drone is worth a lot.
Okay,
here.
he held it. He held it.
I think, yeah, it does look like it.
There.
With the queen, he can definitely target Banelings pretty quickly. Should see Sen split this all up pretty well. Is he going to go spine? Wow, he's going spine. He's like really afraid right now, and well, rightfully so. More Banes on the way.
Good call. 3 more Banelings in the mail to add that total to 5. Oh my god!
Oh, that was a gigantic Baneling. Oh man, that was such a big hit.
Oh, now he can come around here from the side and actually even, if he wants, that's it. Sen has to tap out. GG! Okay, so Hyun wins game number 1.
Second map, and once again, Hyun chooses the exact same build order, but this time Sen defends perfectly and then proceeds to finish the game due to his gigantic advantage, with some juicy moves at the end.
I think he could actually take out this hatch over here at the top, or, you know, he could even go into the second. In fact, he is going to go to the second. This might even be a better move with only drones here to defend.
Yeah, Hyun has been very greedy trying to get his drone count up, and Sen looks like he wants to punish him. He's going after this hatchery. Do the drones come down to fight, or is he just going to give up his natural?
The drones have come down now to fight, but he immediately knows he can go and hit these drones. Think of the hatch after that. That looks like this could be a game ender possibly for Hyun here, losing all these workers. And he's going to get the hatchery here as well. Transfuse is not enough to save it there.
Oh!
GG.
Dancing the lings and GG!
Sen wins game number 2, tying it up for 1-1.
On the third map, both players were going toe-to-toe the whole game, but during one crucial engagement, Sen made a mistake when he tried to focus down the hatchery instead of engaging directly with Hyun's army, which led to him dropping in supply and consequently losing the following attack.
He's going to go for this hatch over here. Okay, this is interesting.
Whoa! Really well done with those transfuses, keeping this hatchery alive. Sen starting to actually engage the army itself. A lot of lings coming out for Hyun. He does get the hatchery, but is he going to lose his main army because of it?
It's a tough call here. We don't have reinforcements coming up here for Sen. We see lings now surrounding Sen's army. He does have queens, so with his army, this will be really good. He needs to back up a little bit. Pretty good concave here for Hyun, actually.
Yes, it certainly is, and in fact his army supply going up and up. Sen's going down and down. Sen's starting to lose the battle. He is rallying more roaches out. Can he actually hold on?
It looks like in the bottom half of this fight, just where Sen's screen actually is occupied, and is where the roach fight's really being won, which means it's going to come down to just this ramp, and I think Hyun barely wins. Well, we'll see. There's a lot more being produced here. Hyun can't reinforce as easily. The problem is these roaches are just stronger and they're in greater number, at least what we have right here on screen.
And no speed for Sen. Look at him try to run. It's really brutal. More lings coming up right now for Hyun. Continuing to push forward. He has over twice the army supply at this moment. I think Sen is probably going to have to tap out.
I think he has to pull drones or do something right now. In fact, I think it's too late. GG. Even Hyun, once again, with a huge surplus in minerals, Hyun wins that game.
Yeah. Next map, we had another huge link play since the maps of that season were quite open and large, and Sen took the initiative by quickly destroying Hyun's third base, gaining himself a comfortable economic advantage and then outproducing his opponent and taking victory in the last bet. Fifth map unraveled really weird, as Sen chose to play extremely greedy on a 4-player map with hopes that he won't get scouted, but he was, and Hyun just pulled the rug out from under Sen with a quick bailing bust that ended this game. Sixth map looked like Sen was going to lose it, since Hyun managed to get his third hatchery quickly and then amassed a big army of roaches, only to face fierce resistance and perfect arc of defense from Sen in the follow-up fight later on in this game. Hyun just kept on hammering on Sen's defense, and yet it was simply unbreakable.
Will they connect though? He's actually going to get on top of him before the Baneling speed is done. That's huge!
The Baneling's retreating back now. Baneling speed's still not done.
We'll be finishing in just a second.
Oh wow, really nice attack here from Hyun. He's going to go for like a complete surround and get the Hydras over here.
Oh my god,
here we go!
Not done yet on that speed, and it looks like all of them will explode. And Sen's still here maxed out.
He's pushing him back. We're going to have to go to the final game here.
Oh my god.
This is it. 182 supply to a little bit below 100. And GG! It's tied up 3-3. We're going to go to the 7th game.
And then finally the last map. Hyun got really overextended with Lingbane Wars, so let's just watch this amazing macro without further ado.
Give us 6, oh my god.
Okay, here we go. It's going to be the 14 in a second.
Yeah.
And he's going to just barrel out of here.
That's right.
With these Lings, and this is going to come down to some very unforgiving micro on both sides.
Sen is choosing the wrong strategy.
God, Sen is going for a third hatch here at an exposed location.
The third hatch has 0% chance of surviving. The Sen has a... I mean, this is going to be very hard for Sen. He sees Lings coming.
Now, he has to know Banelings are on the way here if he saw the gas speed line.
Yeah.
He has to know.
Yeah. He really should, with 3 still in it, and how much was already mined. And
we had the Baneling nest just now starting our toast as well. Banelings, 8 of them being morphed, 9 of them being morphed, 10. They just keep going up, being morphed right now.
Yeah, and in fact, Sen knows he has to push now. He has to cancel as many of these Banelings as he possibly can. He can't deal with that many. It's impossible.
Oh my god. Did that? Okay, he's still got some Banelings coming up here. Now, I gotta say, Sen did a pretty good job of hitting a lot of those Banelings, but they're now going up to the main as you were talking about, Artosis. A surround on the Queen as the Banelings enter the main.
Oh, and the Queen actually does live for now. 2 Banelings coming up here.
Oh, another surround on the Queen. He's trying to hit that Baneling, but the Baneling actually manages to get around.
Oh, he actually does get rid of it. Okay, now can he keep his drones alive, Tasteless?
Hey, the Lings are now coming down here. Hyun's now coming out with his own Lings.
Sen.
And actually, Sen, I think, actually survives that. Sen now getting a Roach Warren.
Wow.
A lot of this goes back to Sen assassinating a lot of the Banelings while they were morphing back there.
Such
He's got
a big
Banelings
deal.
coming here again, but Sen immediately backs out. Probably not a good idea to morph those onto the low ground since he saw that.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, it looks like Hyun is still attacking. He's still making circles. He's still making
with
Banelings.
his attack. Is he going to try to go up the ramp?
Okay, let's see here. The Baneling's coming in. He gets a nice connection right there. The rest of them are running for now. The Baneling's actually coming in, going after those spine crawlers. They do take down the spine crawlers.
The Banelings think detonate, though. Not a lot of Lings left here for Hyun. Continuing to push further and further forward right now. Sen soon to be on 3 bases to Hyun on 2. Sen with a double supply lead right now. All Hyun can do is try to counterattack here. He does take out 1 Queen, but not much more than that, as Sen's Banelings and Roaches are now posted outside the 2nd base here of Hyun.
This is a lot of spines down here, though, Tasteless. Does he actually commit to it? He's pushing forward. He's sending these Banelings in. That is a lot of spine crawlers. Can Hyun thwart this attack and come back into the game?
Is Sen overextending himself? He's going to try to go up the ramp, but the drones are being pulled. Is Sen going to breach the ramp? Some of the Roaches get up the ramp. The others are still on the low ground, trapping a lot of those Roaches there. Now notice that Sen is warping Banelings in here. More Lings come down. It looks like he's going to have wiped out everything that was blocking that entrance. And now the main is exposed.
Sen is up here, and Hyun has almost nothing left. And that's it! GG! Sen has won the Taiwan Open. He is the first foreigner to win an event of this caliber in years.
And this was the only premier tournament won in Heart of the Swarm by a non-Korean player. 2015, Lil Bo would also claim his victory in the WCS event, but this was already at the point when region lock was introduced, while Taiwan Open 2014 had open qualifiers for everybody and also amazing invites from the Korean side. Sen defended his title as the best Taiwanese player and also became the first foreigner to break the Korean domination record. However, this event isn't really remembered as much by the StarCraft 2 community. Was it because there were no players from Europe or North America? Or was it because it had less participants than normal, only 16 instead of 32? Or maybe it was because Korean domination still continued despite that victory, and up until Nib and several victories, there would be nobody to challenge Koreans for many more years again. But this was still a pivotal moment in history of StarCraft 2, all thanks to Sen and his incredible ZVZ matches. That's it for today. Get to know the Asian scene more with our stories about Mio, Maika and Has. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Have a nice day and see you next time.